This is the News on 6, 10 o'clock update.
A warning for parents tonight. Dangerous mold is growing in a Green Country school. Nearly 3 months after a study disclosed the potential health hazard, a News on 6 investigation reveals the danger to Okmulgee High School and students and employees continues to grow. Tami Marler joins us now to explain. Tami?
Well, Terry, we discovered the seriousness of the situation after a concerned parent contacted us. That kicked off our News on 6 investigation. Now many in the community are demanding action.
It started last summer with a leaky roof. Not unusual for an old flat-topped public school. It has grown into an issue that is dividing a community.
It was called to our attention down here in the central office that we had mold growing in several of our classrooms. We went and investigated it. We made contact with some consultants to come down and take a look at it and see exactly what we can do about it.
Okmulgee Public Schools contracted with Dr. Estelle Levitin at the University of Tulsa. In November, Levitin reported evidence of contamination by a dozen different fungi, some of which can cause serious health problems.
This year, headaches started, and sometimes it takes me as long as 3 to 4 days to get rid of them. And then my lung capacity's gone down, so I get real short of breath. It's almost like I'm panting, and that sends my heart rate through the ceiling.
Martha Bryant just resigned from Okmulgee High School after 23 years as a biology instructor. She says her health is improving, but now she worries about her former students.
Some got sick immediately because they're so allergic to the mold, and they just started missing school, and had to drop out of class because they were too sick to come to school.
I started having breathing problems and having real bad headaches. I started falling asleep a lot in class.
And going to bed a lot sooner than he should be. And then he started coughing up a lot of stuff out of his lungs. But on the weekend, and it would progress during the week through school, but on the weekend, Sunday roll around and he felt good. He'd start feeling better.
I had a obstruction in my lungs, and he mostly said that the headaches and my breathing problems were related to the school building.
So McKnight's doctor pulled him out of school. He started feeling better almost immediately.
So I watched him really, really close, and he hasn't been sick at all. He's not on his asthma medication. He doesn't have to have the inhalant. He hadn't had one ibuprofen, no migraine headache pills, nothing.
McKnight isn't the only student who talked with us about recent health problems. As requested, we're hiding this student's identity.
I was short of breath, and I had headache, and my muscles were really tight.
The student was taken to the hospital, where once again doctors attributed the symptoms to mold exposure.
I just don't really think it's right for us to have to go to school there with, getting hurt and stuff, because it's hurting us.
The health risks were clearly spelled out in this TU report back in November with some specific recommendations. The first one being repair all roof leaks. This home video shows roofers making repairs as late as last week. School officials say they're still taking bids for other parts of the building. TU also recommended cleanup workers wear respirators. This employee, who asked to remain anonymous, told us that did not happen, and they were not warned about potential hazards.
Several of them got sick. They had running eyes, running noses, and headaches. Several of them got sick. They had to quit working.
It was just the custodians. They were taking ceiling tiles down and cleaning up, the water and everything, mopping it up. But I haven't seen anybody at the high school with protective gear on.
Even more troubling, our sources say the cleanup has been taking place when students are at school, something the TU report recommended against.
Some of the trash was hauled out in garbage cans that were on little wheels. We had to go through the lunchroom in order to get them out to the dumpster. So they weren't covered with anything, they were left open.
I'm not aware of that, Tammy. I did not supervise the cleanup over there.
Is it appropriate to drag it through the cafeteria?
Oh, no. That's why I recommended a professional remediation firm do the cleanup. People who don't know are going to do things like that. and it should have been handled by a professional remediation.
TU also recommended Okmulgee schools further inspect the area above the ceiling, called the plenum.
They came in and tested, and they asked to come back in 30 days, and they was going to test again. And I'm not sure on the time frame, but they will be back to test to make sure that we get this problem.
Okay, now this was Randy Smith's firm, because Randy Smith said that...
No, this is Levington, Dr. Levington.
Dr. Levington said that she has not been between the ceiling and the roof, that she has not checked the plenum area.
Okay. I can't answer that question then at this point.
But many in Okmulgee want answers. Why are children still living with potentially hazardous mold? Why have the TU recommendations not been followed? And why was there no notice given to those at greatest risk?
Pretty much kind of upsets me, because you'd expect some kind of a warning about it, you know.
Well, I'm very disappointed in the school because I went and talked to the superintendent about it, and I went and talked to the school board face to face, and I haven't got any response whatsoever on what they're going to do.
Employees say they're taking a chance in coming forward.
Well, when you start getting really sick and you see so many other people sick, you know, you'd rather take up for what's right. Sure. I could get in more trouble, but I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it.
What concerns you the most about this? Why are you coming forward?
Well, the kids. I don't want the kids getting sicker than what they are. They've already been some that's been sick and hospitalized and whatever.
Our sources tell us more than 20 school employees have filed workers' compensation claims related to the mold. Okmulgee officials will confirm only 10 from what they call certified or support staff. They say with the help of an environmental specialist, they're forming a long-term program to educate staff and students. Still, parents and teachers are not satisfied with the information that has been released to this point. And we are certainly going to stay on top of this story, Terry.
My goodness, it is alarming.
It really is.
All right, Tammy, thank you so much. Well, harmful mold apparently is shutting down schools and government buildings across the country. Stachybotrys was one of a dozen molds TU found at Okmulgee High. It produces a toxin that compromises the immune system and can allow serious diseases to move in. It can also affect brain function. Other molds found can cause allergies and asthma problems in some children. Indoor air quality experts say it's best to remove any visible mold with a bleach and water mixture. Be sure to protect yourself with rubber gloves and a mask. For large amounts of mold, contact a professional with experience in that area.